Hi everybody, it's Diana, your Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I am here with you live today with this week's Teach Me Tuesdays video. And as usual, when I do the lives, I'm going to quickly go over to my computer and make sure everything's good and I'm in view. I know last week, and if you never can see something or if I'm out of view, just let me know, because I know that last week after it looked good, but I actually was out of view for some of the catalog flip through that I did. So just always say, hey, pull your thing down or whatever. So anyways, back to this Teach Me Tuesdays. This is episode 33, and I'm going to be using one of the new stamp sets in the catalog, and it is called Way to Goat. And these goats are adorable, and they're almost drawn differently than I've noticed before. I mean, we might have had the On to the Adventure was the same way, but I guess I just noticed it more with the goats. And they looked like very sketched, and I just love that. So this is what I'm going to be using this week. And keep in mind, I have classes in the mail each month, and the Way to Goat will be the one in July. So this isn't the card. This is just me showing you how cute it is. And last week I did cards using the note cards, so I want to use them again because I love them. They're a cute little size, and they're just handy because they come with their envelopes. They're that thick whisper white cardstock, so they stand up, you know, perfect. They're not flimsy, so I decided I was going to use those again. I'm also going to be using some of the new Flowers for Every Season DSP, so I'm going to be using that too, just because I thought it would look so adorable with the goat, because the little guy goat is actually holding a flower, so I thought these would go well with it as well. So let me set those aside, and what I did was I stamped on a piece of Whisper White thick, and let me tell you how big it is. So this is 4 1/4 by 2 3/4 is how big it is, because I wanted, when I put the sunflower DSP on the card, I wanted you to be able to see quite a bit of the DSP around. So see how it's going to go on the card. It's going to look super cute. So that's why I trimmed this down. You know, I made my little guy and girl goat. Would that be Billy Goat? I guess that would be a Billy Goat. And what should we call her? I don't know. I love making up stories for them. Anyway, so let me just stop my blabbering and let's get to the fun part. So I'm going to use the blends. I was almost going to watercolor because I got my new, oh my gosh, look what I got. Look what I got. I got the new water painters. So, but then I got pulling out my retired stuff and the time got away with me. So I haven't had time to play with these yet. So, but you can just look at how beautiful they are. Oh my gosh. Now, one tip with these, even though I'm not using them, you do spin them the other direction to open and close them. So just keep that in mind. I'll use them another time. But let's get back to this, the goat card. All right. Hey everybody, I love seeing your comments on here. When I replay this on YouTube, people probably think I am nuts when I'm talking to people because they cannot see the comments. All right, so I've just put a little of the dark Granny Apple Green on the grass. That way it just, it went right out of my mind. It like gives the goats something to stand on, so they're not just floating in the air. It grounds them basically. Then I'm going to take, so this is light mint macaron, and I'm going to go around the little goats just here and there. Just adds a little shadow. It's very, very subtle. Sometimes I use going or the gray granite or pool party. But I'm going to be using those colors in my goats. So I didn't want to use the same colors on the back as the little shadow. So that's why I went with the mint macaron, because it is a perfect one for that as well. Okay, so let's start with my little goats. And I'm going to do the little guy first. And he's going to be crumb cake. And I want the little, let's see, what is this? Light smoky slate and dark smoky slate. So I'm going to do his little feet, a little bit of dark smoky slate on his feet. Also up here on his, is that, I guess, would that be an antler? I don't know. But I'm going to say that that's an antler. When my husband watches this over, he will correct anything that I say wrong. I forget what I was saying wrong one time about an animal. But hey, they're adorable. Okay, then what do I always do when I do my animals? I always, and there's my sister Jackie. Oh my gosh, the poor YouTube people probably go, who is this Jackie she's always talked to? Okay, so I probably should stop talking to the comments unless there's a question. So I don't want to get people mad. Okay, so I always put cheeks on my critters, and I always use a light flirty flamingo and dark petal pink. That's just kind of what I grab, or light petal pink. All right, so I'm going to put a little cheek on my little billy goat, and while I have it out, I'm also going to put a little pink cheek on my girl goat, who we don't know what her name is yet. How about Gertie? I like that name. Should we call her Gertie? Gertie the goat. We'll have to come up with a little story. I think she's flirting. That's just my take on the way her little face is. I think she's flirting with the billy goat. Okay, now I'm taking to color billy goat is dark crumb. So I'm just going to do the dark crumb first in all the kind of shadow areas. And there's a lot of little cute marks that they have put for the hair. So I'm using that kind of as reference. You can't do it wrong, believe me. Okay, so that looks good. Then I'm going to take the light crumb, but I'm not going to rub over top of the dark. I am just going to go up into the dark, because I don't want to lighten that dark up. So I'm kind of like coloring around the dark, because I want to leave some of that heavy. And then I'm going over the cheeks a little bit, because I don't want to leave them totally. Oh, Flirty Gertie. Yes, that's her name. Flirty Girly and Billy Goat. Okay. And then, so I go over the little cheeks, because I don't want them to be like a stark pink, because I still would have fur over them, but it gives them a pink color underneath. So see how I'm just going up to the dark? I'm not coloring over top of it necessarily, because I want to keep it looking kind of rough, you know, because the goats would be a little raggedy. And then, so I don't want to lighten them up too much. So I'm just keep messing around. Now that one's a little dark, so I will touch it. But let it rest a little bit. Because as the colors will dry, oh, males are billies, females are nannies. Oh, well, these guys both have horns. I'm just still going to pretend that this is a girl, because she does look like she's flirting. So, and she has big eyebrow things, which wait till I color them. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, so now let's go to her. Now I'm going to color her with the dark and light gray granite. I'm looking. Where's my granite? All right, so I'm going to start with gray, because I didn't want them to be the same color goats. I want them to be different color. All right, so then we're going to have dark gray granite, and I'm basically going to color her the same way. So these little marks that are on the stamp will be the hair that gets kind of be darker, a little bit darker under there, a little bit on her nose, in her ear. I think that's good. But I do want to make her little feet. I almost was going to do her with pink feet, like she had nail polish on. And I might do that for another one. But right now, I just grabbed my crumb cake. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, girl, okay. Thanks, Diana. Because I was like, oh, well, I just assumed it was a boy and a girl. But what do I know? So, I just know goats are funny. Our neighbor had Ruby, a goat, and she was a miniature, I think it was. Make sure I picked the right one, light. But I'm doing the same thing. I'm just going around where I color the dark. And she was the fattest, shortest little goat. She was so cute. So I just love this set. It is so fun. So again, just like I did with Billy, I'm going to go over Flirty Gertie's cheek just to soften that pink up a little bit. It's just subtly there. And then I'm going to make her horns be the crumb so that they're just a little bit different. So the goats are just a tad bit different. All right. Now, look what I'm going to do to her eyes. I'm going to give her some eyeshadow. So I'm just using Pool Party. So that's dark, little dark there. So that's why I didn't want to use the Pool Party here. I mean, it might not have made that big of a difference, but I just wanted to have like different colors used for different places. So, all right, so there's her cute little eyeshadow. And then we need to color the little flower that Billy's holding, because I think he's really asking her out on a date. Don't you think? Or is it a birthday present? I don't know. I think it might be. So here we go. A little cute little pink or yellow flower. Again, it's going towards the yellow that I have in the DSP. And then I'm going to get a Wink of Stella, which I have to reach over here and get. And I'm going to use the Wink of Stella, and I'm going to make her eyeshadow glisten because she thinks that Billy is so handsome. And she really would like him to ask her out on a date. And I think I'm even going to put a little Wink of Stella on his horns because little does she know, but he likes her too. So he shined his horns up just so that he could ask her out. Okay, so there's these little two. And I think that's pretty good. I mean, I could mess with it some more, but I'm not going to. And then I'm going to go to the card over here. So here is the little note card. I'm going to stick my DSP on the front. Now, I don't have my new, I think it's Stampin' Seal, the new adhesive yet. So I'm just using up what I have at home. So that's some of the old snail. I also have old fuse. So, okay. So I have this here. Then I'm going to put these little guys on here. So cute. But I am going to use dimensionals. So it pops up just a little bit. And then I want to put, you can see how I use all my dimensionals. So they're all trimmed. I'm just using bigger ones just to make it go faster. And I always put one in the center so that your center doesn't sag. Because if you just put some here, then the center, you know, can kind of sag a little bit. So I just put some in the center. All right. And then I think we need to put something on the inside of the card, right? All right. So let's hope I'm putting that on even. The camera's phone stand is right by my head, and I hate to bang it because then it wiggles the thing. So anyways, but I hope you can see, I hope that the light catches how cute her eyeshadow is, how it does that. Okay, so now we're going to open the card. Then what I did was I had strips of paper from when I cut this DSP out. So you never want to waste your strips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this strip of paper on the inside. And I know I'm using way too much now. So I'm going to put this on the inside. Like that. And then I'm just going to trim these little pieces off. So I find it easier if your paper's a little bit longer, because then you can just trim it. That way you don't have to be so anal and concentrate too much when you're gluing it. Okay, let me make sure you can still see. All right, then they also have a third goat. And I thought, what happens if we put the third goat on the inside? Because I think I want to, but see, he's looking over this direction. I think he's like, I think he might be the dad, and he's just like, oh gosh. Look at those two flirting out there in the field. Okay, so I'm going to ink up William Senior Goat, and I'm going to put him here on the inside. Now, I'm not going to color him because I stamped him directly on the note card. And if I color him, these are the note cards that we sell. So they come, let me show you, because I opened up my pack already. Hang on a minute, let me get another pack. I always have them on hand. So this is the note cards that we sell. So they come, you know, packaged. They're already cut to size. They're already scored, and you have your little envelopes that match. So that's what I'm using. So, but you could make this as a bigger card, but I just kind of like the little ones. They're perfect. They're just a perfect little size. Okay, and what I usually do is you can mail them in the smaller one, but if I send them to people, usually I just put it in a bigger envelope and then they can use the card. But unless it's really, really specific to somebody. All right, then I'm going to ink up the greeting because this turned out to be, you know, a birthday card after all. And it's going to say, happy birthday, you old goat. Now, that's kind of bad, isn't it? But I think it's hilarious. All right. So we got the flirting ones on the front, the old dad on the inside. Let's give him a can. A can. Kick the can. And like I said, I'm not going to color this because it will bleed through. So like this is what I mean. So this is the one that I colored before, and it would bleed through. So I don't want to do that and then have the back of the card have that. So that's why I colored a separate piece and glued it onto the note card. So, but oh my gosh, isn't that the cutest little card? Now you could stamp the little envelope. How will we do that? It just has some cute sayings. So let's put this little guy. He is so fun. I love his little expression. With that little, his eyeballs are kind of like, he doesn't believe. I better put it over here, right? Because the address goes on the other side. All right, so we're going to put this little guy here on the back, on the envelope. And then let's flip over this because let's not have any naked envelopes. Let's put some cans on the back. So I'm keeping it closed for right now so that I can stamp the cans up here, but then I'll open it. Okay, so I want to open it. I just want to be careful because the ink is still wet and I know I'm going to smear it. But if I do, just know that I would be more careful and I would be taking a little bit more time if I was doing this, not on the video. And then you can go like this so that you're only getting the cans on the lip of the envelope. Let me close that. So now you have your little envelope. Now you could color him because it wouldn't matter. But isn't that cute? You've got a fun little matching envelope to go with your card. But so hopefully you think that's fun. And I made myself a note that said to zoom in, and look, I didn't even zoom in. So I hope you were able to see. I put my big monitor back up because I just was using the laptop and I was going blind. It was so small. So to me, it looks like it's pretty, you can see pretty good. So anyways, if you want to see anything in particular on my Facebook Lives, please let me know. Send me like a note in the group and just say, oh, I would love to see blah, blah, blah. And then I will do that. So I'm going to go back to doing my retired stuff. I will be doing it through Friday, and then I will be doing grab boxes. So if there's anything on the list that you are looking for, make sure, I think I have an update 8 on my blog. Where is my blog, little doohickey? It's up here. So this is where you can get more information on the stuff that I have for sale that's retired. So just check that out. And let me know. And again, let me know if you are interested in June's seasonal card, which is the Celebrate Sunflowers, which I've been having fun with. And it comes with the sunflower dies because you need it. So keep that in mind. And then the Christmas class in the mail for June is the Still Scenes. And I love this one. And it does have a die that matches it, but we aren't using it for the class. But a lot of people are getting it anyway, so they have it to use later. So just keep that in mind. I wanted to show you a couple. This was last month's Christmas one. It is so cute. And I was messing around before I did the cards, and I had some pieces, and then so this was a different, same kind of thing, but using some of the different. And I love this fold because it hides the greeting, but I love when you stamp something so it kind of shows you a little idea what's going to be on the inside. And then this one is very similar to this one. It's just a fold. It doesn't do that that little fold. And then this uses the same set, and that's the same layout for this one, but it's making it a birthday card. So I just wanted to share a few of those things with you. But anyways, so I will stop jabbering. I know I said that already, but I really appreciate you taking the time to pop in today. And I hope you enjoyed the cute little goat card. I know I'm going to make a bunch of those. So I'll talk to you later. Have a great week. Bye for now.